Hello students. In today's video, we're going to start with In Search of Raw Materials. In the previous videos, we studied how art, craft and other occupations were prevalent in the lives of Harappan people. The crafts such as pottery making, making seals, making the weights with perfect shape and size, different type of tools, stone tools, copper tools, and making jewelry out of beads were some craft activities out of the many activities which were prevalent in the Harappan civilization. Now the thing is that raw materials would have been required by the people in the cities of Harappa. So raw materials are substances that are either found naturally, for example wood, metal ores, etc., or are produced by farmers or herders. For example, cotton is a raw material. Out of cotton, cloth is produced. While some of the raw materials that Harappans used were available locally, that is they were found in the areas nearby. But there were many items such as copper, tin, gold, silver, precious stones that had to be brought from distant or far away places. So the Harappans probably got copper from the present day Rajasthan and even from Oman in West Asia. Now tin, which is used and mixed with copper to produce bronze, may have been brought from present day Afghanistan and Iran. Gold could have come all the way from present Karnataka, and precious stones would have come from present day Gujarat, Iran, and Afghanistan. Now, when we look at the pictures of the toys which were made by the Harappans, we come to know that these are the replicas of the modes of transport probably used by the people belonging to Harappan cities. And the second thing is the seals. These seals were used as mediums for exchange of the goods. Now, another very important topic is food for the people in the cities. What exactly did Harappan people eat? While many people lived in the cities, others living in the countryside grew crops and reared animals. These farmers and herders supplied food to craft people, scribes, and rulers in the city. We know from the remains of the plants that Harappan people grew, that is wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. Now, a new kind of tool, the plough, was used to dig the earth for turning the soil and planting seeds. Now, as we look at this picture of a toy plough, we come to the realization that the similar kind of plough was actually used by Harappans for the purpose of agriculture. Apart from that, since this region did not receive heavy rainfall, there would have been some form of irrigation used for providing water to the plants. This means that water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plant was growing. So the Harappans reared cattle, sheep, goat, and buffalo. Water and pastures were available around the settlements. These people also collected fruits like bear, caught fish, and hunted wild animals like antelope. Let us now take a closer look at Harappan towns in the present day Gujarat. The that is the city of Dholavira and the city of Lothal. In the present day Gujarat, Dholavira and Lothal were the important cities of the Harappan civilization. They both are situated in the present day Gujarat. Let us discuss them one by one. First, Dholavira. The city of Dholavira was located on Khadir Bet in the run of Kutch. Dholavira has fertile soil and fresh water. Some Harappan cities were divided into two parts, but Dholavira was divided into three parts. Each part of Dholavira was surrounded with huge stone walls that had entrances through gateways. There was also a large open area in settlements where public ceremonies could be held. In Dholavira, large letters of Harappan script was found. The Harappan script was carved out of white stone and probably placed in wood. This is a unique find in the site of Dholavira. Generally, in other Harappan areas, writing was found on small objects such as seal. Now, coming to another site, Lothal. The city of Lothal was near a tributary of Sabarmati in Gujarat, close to Gulf of Khambat. Lothal was an important center for making objects out of stone, shell, and metal. There was a storehouse in Lothal where many seals and ceilings have been found. A ruin of building has been found at Lothal which had a workshop. In this workshop, pieces of stone, half made beads, tools for bead making, and finished beads have been found. A huge tank has also been found in Lothal, which probably was a dockyard. Dockyard is a place where ships are stationed or ships are kept. Dockyard is a place to stay for the sea-going ships. Now let us look at what seals and sealings are. Seals may have been used to stamp bags or packets containing goods that were sent from one place to another. After a bag was closed, a layer of wet clay was applied on the knot and the seal was pressed on it. The impression of the seal is known as a sealing. So, sealing is an impression. If the sealing was intact, one could be sure that the goods have arrived safely. Seals are even used today in various forms. It is the reality of life that every good thing ultimately comes to an end. So, the Harappan civilization or the cities of Harappa also came to the end. And why did this end came or occurred is still a mystery. Around 3,900 years ago, we find the beginning of a major change. People stopped living in many of these cities. Writing, seals, and ways were no longer used. Raw materials bought from long distances became rare. In Mohenjo-daro, we find that garbage piled up on the cities, the drainage system blocked, and less impressive houses were built. So, why did this change happen at all? The thing is that we are not sure. The scholars have given up different ideas. Some say that the rivers dried up, some say it was because of deforestation. This could have happened because fuel was required for baking bricks and for smelting copper ores. Besides, grazing by large herds of cattle, sheep, and goat must have destroyed the green cover. Some say there were floods in some areas, but none of these reasons can explain the end of all the cities. Flooding or a river drying would have had an impact on only some areas, but not all the areas. It appears as if the rulers lost their control. In any case, the effects of the change are quite clear. Sites in Sindh and West Punjab, present day Pakistan, were abandoned. Many people moved to newer, smaller settlements to the east and south. Now, after this, new cities emerged for 1400 years later, which we will study about in the coming chapters. Now, let us look at this box. So, during the same time, around 5000 years ago, in Egypt, kings ruled over Egypt. These kings sent armies to distant lands to get gold, silver, ivory, timber, and other things. They also built huge tombs known as pyramids, as You can see in the picture. These are the pyramids. And when these rulers died, the bodies of these rulers were preserved and buried in these pyramids. These carefully preserved bodies are known as mummies. A large number of objects were also buried with them because the people in Egypt believed in life after death. These included food and drink, clothes, ornaments, utensils, music instruments, weapons, and animals. Sometimes even serving men and women were buried with rulers. These are amongst the most elaborate burials known in the world history. There have been evidences which are found by archaeologists suggesting that the Harappan people had trade relations with people in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and other parts of the world.